In this lesson, we're going to use Excel Solver to solve the linear programming problem that we discussed in class. To start, open up the Solver program, and we see here it's asking us what is the objective. Well, we enter the objective, which is total profits. Total profit is there. And we want, next step is to minimize or maximize. Well, we want to maximize total profits. Then the variable cells, what do we want Excel Solver to determine for us? Well, it's the units of A and B to produce, given limited resources, to maximize profits. So that's the variable cells there. Next, add the constraints. Let's add our first constraint. Constraints being the limited resources. What we use of R1 there must be less than or equal to 5. We only have 5. Our next constraint, we'll add another constraint. If this was our only constraint, we'd click OK, but let's add another constraint. And what we use of R2 must also be less than or equal. And here we have 12 available, so it cannot be greater than 12. And this is our last constraint, so we click OK. And there we see our constraints there, variables, and our objective. So our formulation is there to be solved. Step 4 is their variables must be greater than 0 or non-negative. It's automatically selected. And the solving method is simplex linear programming. And let's solve it. And there we see the answer. The best decision is to produce 2 units of A, 3 units of B, given limited resources, or limited resources all used up in this case, and it produces a total profit of 27. In this lesson, we're going to use Excel Solver to solve the linear programming problem. To start, open up Solver, and if you do not have Solver, please listen to the previous video to learn how to install it. The first one is to set the objective function. So the objective is to maximize profit. So the first step is to click in the box here to set the objective function. So just click in that box and set the cell there, which is to maximize total profits. Now the next line is minimize or maximize. Well, here we want to maximize total profits. The next cell, click into it, and it says the variable cells. So here we put the variable cells by selecting what we want Excel Solver to find for us, which is units of A and B to produce given limited resources and to maximize profits. So here we have the variable cells. Now we want to do put in the constraints. To put in the constraints, hit the add button, and the first constraint is we have limited resources of R1, so what we use there cannot be greater than 5. So here we put less than or equal to 5. Now we have another constraint to add, so we'll add another constraint. If this was our only constraint, we'd finish by saying OK. So let's add another constraint, and this time we have limited resources of R2. So what we use of R2, click there, must be less than or equal to 12. Cannot be more than 12. So less than or equal to 12. Now we're finished with our constraints, so we click OK. And double check our work. We see the cell there, D6, D7. I think everything looks okay. And the step 4 of the formulation, non-negativity, is automatically selected there. It's automatically selected. And the solving method we're using is LP simplex, or simplex LP. And now we're ready to solve. Click solve, and we've made seems like we've not made any mistakes in our formulation. So it's found a solution, and we see the solution there. Produce 2 of A and 3 of B is the best decision given the limited resources 5R1 and 512R2, and it will give us a total profit of 27.